All right, Hotel family, peace. I'm with the brother Neb Ka Ra of ANKH University. Brother, this is take 2. I tried to interview you earlier, but it was too much music, so we're gonna try it again. Could you tell us about yourself? Tell us about ANKH University, and tell us about how everything got started.
All right. Hotel. Thank you, brother. First of all, I appreciate the honor and the privilege to share with you. And how I got started basically is that I've always been somebody searching for the truth. And it all came to me when I started for about 17, 18 years. I started to seek, learn from the Nation of Islam. Started to learn about diet, take care of the human body. Used to get up every morning, look at Ra, and my life started to change. And then I went into practicing yoga, learning about myself from that perspective, taking care of the body. And from there it led to learning about, what did Africa, what did our ancestors contribute, what did I contribute to, making civilization, making human progress. What did we do? Were we just slaves as we were being taught? Because we were taught we were just slaves. We just came from Africa. We didn't have any civilization, any nation, anything. We didn't contribute anything. We didn't have a history, we didn't have a culture, we didn't have anything. So I started to delve into that while I was in college. And in doing that, I came across Stolen Legacy, Kibalion, and started to find out, hey, we contribute, we were descended, everything came from us. Then I was able and fortunate to meet Honorable Dr. Yosef Ben Yakana, who grew up in the same island I came from, St. Croix. And I started to study with him. I started to learn more about what we contributed, what we did for civilization. And I continued my search, and then I began to learn about what we call the ANKH. And then as I continue in my research and doing development, I also started to become involved in agriculture, learning civilization building skills, construction, engineering, architecture. In addition to that, also real estate development, the things that you need, the skills, and then learning the technical things we need. And so ANKH then was born because in the studying of our ancestry, we learned that the ANKH, the House of Life, was the first known historically recorded university to humanity in this cycle of time. And it came out of Africa, the Nile Valley culture, Kush, Nubia, Kemet, as we call today, the so-called Egypt, but our ancestors called the land Kemet, Tameri, and then also the united land known as Smaitawi. And so, what I did is I decided to write my thesis for college on the ANKH, to study it, to research it. So I did research for 10 years, and and then what I did is we developed what we call a basic organization structured upon the ANKH. And we didn't create the name, but what we did is we used the ancestral name because the ancestors gave the name the ANKH. It isn't something that we created. We choose the ancestral name as ANKH, and that's how ANKH came into being. And the main purpose of ANKH is to teach those skills for nation building, civilization building, where we are here present in the Western diaspora, whether we're in the Caribbean, the United States, Europe, South America, Central America, wherever we are, and also in Africa. And we also join forces and align ourselves with the UNIA, with SRDC, with PADU, and other organizations that are working with the African Union, because we have to all unite as one people. As John Henry Clark says, powerful people don't give powerful people the knowledge to take power from them. The purpose of the ANKH is to empower people with the knowledge and the wisdom necessary in science and technology, the arts, and all the different components that we need for civilization and nation building skills.
And you're a very operative brother. You're a very practical brother, because you've taken the philosophy and you've had it manifest in 2 different venues. You had it manifest as a construction company, and you've also had it manifest as a non-profit organization. So can you talk to us a little bit about that, because that's the practical application of the philosophy, of our ancient traditional philosophy, that a lot of us are missing. You know what I mean? Of
course. You see, the ANKH, unlike our universities where people go to pay for the tuition, the ANKH, the students didn't have to pay. They worked for their learning experience. The masters and the mistresses and those who taught them, they didn't look for any payment from them, but they were the ones who did the work, like the construction of the temples, the building of the edifice, the palaces, whatever needed to be built, the work that needed to be done. They learned through practical experience. They got theoretical when they were more young with the writing and things of that nature, and then when they got older, they get into more in-depth things. But they still had the practical, so they had the left brain and the right brain being developed simultaneously. As you know, that just the language itself is like that. So our nonprofit does that. It sort of like prepare you spiritually. Meanwhile, on the profit side, so-called profit side, we have our construction business. So the people come through the training, they come to work in the construction business. And the way we operate in our construction business, especially in our family members, the income comes to the whole family. It comes to all our children. So we come on the crew, we come with our crew. Those brothers and sisters who need to pay, we pay. But we train them through the nonprofit, and then we bring them into the profit. And then we help them to also develop their own businesses, move on. So we balance both, and we do not just theory but practice. And yes, the profit company is to be with the world, because we live in a world where profit and capitalism is reality. So like now we're working on doing development projects, not just in St. Croix, but also in other Caribbean islands, here in the United States, and we're now negotiating in Africa, so that we could get involved in economic development, okay? And so the two work hand in hand, private and non-profit. We'll do the training through the non-profit when we're there, but the profit will be the ones to get the contract with the governments and different things to bring the income. And then the income from that, the profit from that goes back into the non-profit to help the non-profit to grow, develop, to train, and to continue what we have to do. So that we, sort of like feeding life into life and recirculating, okay, the finance throughout all we're doing. We're not depending upon the system for survival. We depend upon ourselves. So whatever profit we make, we bring it back. Just like the body operates. Whatever we learn, it stays within us to improve ourselves. Well, it's basically the same thing.
You just broke down basically the science of economics from a traditional, natural perspective. You know what I mean? That's something that like, you're a heavy brother, man. It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you. If people want to contact you or want to visit your site or find out more about what you're doing, how can they reach you?
Okay, well, we at ANKHU.org, www.peranku.org on the internet. If you want to reach us by email, you can send us at perank@gmail.com, or you can get in contact with me at nebkara@gmail.com. That's NBKARA@gmail.com. And also you can find us on Facebook. We're there, and you can call us. Telephone numbers 340-643-6273 or 340-244-2425. And you can reach us, and we're here. We open for lectures, sharing, training, doing, helping to design, build, develop, whatever it comes and it takes for nation building. And we don't look for donations. We said if you want to help us with anything and you feel that we can help us, give us a project to do. Rather than hiring somebody else, give us the work to do. We'll come and do the work, and then you can give us a donation as an attribution. You see, it's not a donation but a donation. You're helping to do the nation. Okay, and that's what we are. But we're not taking things for nothing. We want to do something. It's a reciprocity. It's a giving and a taking. You breathe out, you breathe in. Everything is balanced, and that's what we're about. And now our biggest thing that we're working on is Smaitawi, the reclamation of the name of our ancestral sovereign nation. And so we're here to do that, and we can be reached for Smaitawi through that. And we also have Perank Live and Block Talk Radio that comes on every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And you can listen to us. We also have one on Harambe Radio every Monday at 9 p.m. And we also have one on the Wednesdays at 10 p.m. And so we're always doing things. Contact us. We're here. You want lectures, you want us to come and share. We have healers, we have builders, we have planters and doers and growers. We have all the things that are necessary, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to help train our brothers and sisters in the art and science, and the science within the science and the science of sciences, in the beautiful art and science of nation building, civilization building, and being alignment in Ma'at, Pita, Sesheta, and Chehuti to our Hotel.
Powerful.